Hi guys. All right, you guys got really excited about the hot foil video I posted. I again want to preface this with saying this is not a replacement for Creative Vision Stamps foil. Creative Vision Stamps foil is toner foil. This is hot foil. It is a completely different system. Again, please join our Facebook group, Foiling Snobs Club. I have a frequently asked questions page which explains the differences between the two systems, but this is not a replacement for Creative Vision Stamps. This is hot foil, which is good for your Gemini FoilPress machine, your Spellbinder's Glimmer machine, Couture Creations Go Press machine, and the Foil Quill. Someone had commented in the video, check the bands and see if they have different markings on them. Well, these are all the bands that I got, and these are green. This one's rainbow. There's one in here that's silver, but there's no indication on any of these bands or by the colors the difference between toner foil and hot foil. So I just wanted to let you know I did check that, and definitely not on here anywhere. But I got really excited after using this foil yesterday and the great outcomes we have. So I'm going to do some backgrounds today. So I have several backgrounds. I have two from... These are from Scrapbooking Made Simple. They are Simply Defined, which is their own brand. And then I have two that are Geminis. So we're going to try them out. Now, using this foil, again, we determined yesterday that we need to be at 45 seconds. Oh, I forgot to hit start. So we are on high. Okay. I have the plate in there. I am using the Marcos paper. I had better results with that yesterday. So again, this is the Marcos matte coated cardstock, the Futura laser, the 100-pound. I've cut it in half. And we are using the hot foil, not the toner foil. So I have a piece of that cut in there. And I have one of my backgrounds. So we're going to let that, and then as that kind of goes through, I will cut a piece of these other hot foils down as well. All right, that's ready to go. Now, what you're not seeing off camera is my Gemini Junior, which was designed for this machine, which is going to allow us to put pressure on the hot foil. So the heat is from the machine. The pressure is from the Gemini Junior. It also works with the full-size Gemini, but you need an adapter plate. And then that pressure and that heat causes the foil to stick to the paper. Again, this is special foil. It has adhesive built into it. Your toner foils will not work in this system. Okay? So again, completely different system from toner foiling. You always want to let that cool down. That's the green. I am going to switch the plate out. Let's do this other kind of damask looking one, and I'm gonna cut some, I think I want the pink foil for this one. And again, with these foils, it's best to have hotter heat setting. So I do want to give that plate a moment to warm up. Again, using the Marcos paper and then putting my my top plate on. So we'll give that a second to warm up. And let's reveal this green one. So it's kind of hard to see on camera, but you see, there we go. Can you see all the generous little flakes in there? They're kind of like holographic green flakes. And this is a Gemini hot foil plate. I got it off of HSN. So that looks really cool. And again, I have it on high for 45 seconds. I did not use a shim. I do like this design because even if you have some underfoiling or overfoiling, you're really not going to be able to tell too much of a difference on this kind of a design. It's a very forgiving heat plate. And my heat plate is a little uneven, but I think that looks really cool. I like that a lot. Again, you can pick these up from Blue Bonnet Foil on Facebook. I will link it for you. I'll link the paper for you. I am recommending this as a hot foil. It's a very good quality hot foil. You get a little bit longer, 3 inches longer on the rolls versus your traditional hot foil from Spellbinders and also from Gemini. I'll link the video I did yesterday where I found out that some of the foils that I got in my package were toner foils and not hot foils, but that's okay. But overall, I think this foil performs just as good as the other foiling companies that are out there. I'm going to cut a piece of this silver as well. So I just wanted to do the background dies today to see how they performed. All right, so I have the next batch ready to go here. Okay, let's run that one through the Gemini Junior. Now, if you have the full-size Gemini, you do need an adapter plate because this will not work without that adapter plate. There's a safety mechanism in the Gemini that will not allow this to feed through without that. The Gemini FoilPress only works with the Gemini Junior or the Gemini machine. You cannot use this in a traditional die cutting machine. Ooh, that's already trying to peel off. All right, let me switch to the other one. Now, for these other two, my notes that I occasionally write to myself tell me that I need to use a, let's do silver on this one, a shim. So let me grab a paper shim real quick. Just use this. And again, I just want that plate to warm up a little bit before I start it. And then that is as good as we can hope for. Oh my gosh, that's so gorgeous. Can you see all of the sparkle in that foil? And again, a couple of things make a difference here. Your machine, your heat setting, your timing, paper. This Marco's paper really outperforms out other papers. It really accepts the foiling. It just sticks really well. What a gorgeous, gorgeous background. Oh, I am tickled pink. Oh, I love it. Love it. Okay, hopefully this is warmed up enough. So you want to check your heat settings. You want to check your timer settings. So I'm using high 45 seconds. Yesterday I was using high 12 seconds on the smaller ones. So here are the ones that I did yesterday. You can really see the difference between paper. This is a Couture Creations hot foil die. I think I called it a Scrapbooking Made Simple, but it is Couture Creations Seahorse. But this is the Marco's paper, and you can see how fully, beautifully foiled these are. 12 seconds on high in the Gemini FoilPress. And this is all using hot foil from Blue Bonnet. But there are little sequins embedded in some of these. See that? They're so gorgeous. All right, let's try this guy out. Now these simply defined hot foiling plates are a little thicker, but for some reason I always need a shim. I think it's in the middle there, and it's probably because of the little divot in my hot foil platform. And again, the hot foil platform, once it gets hot, it will bow. Unfortunately, that does happen. Once it cools down again, that will go back down normal. So this is another simply defined one. Again, just putting the foil and the paper on there. Let me put my shim on there. Actually, you know what? I'm going to try this one without the shim. Let's see how this one looks when we reveal it. We may not need the shim. This one's a little harder because this is reverse design foiling. So all of the stars will be white and all of the background will be foiled. So it's reversed. Yeah, and that's why I added the shim. See that little underfoiled part right there? And I really think that's because of the bow in my hot foil plate, because you can see it's right in the middle. Everything else is perfectly foiled. I really think that's because of my my platform. I do have a spare platform. I'm probably going to have to get that one out and try it again. But remember, I've had this machine for 2 years. I do a lot more foiling than most people do. So that center area is going to be the area that gets the most pressure from how I do my foiling. I just need to be conscious of that when I'm doing it. And when you're doing these hot foils, wow, that's just really, really gorgeous in terms of foiling. And this is actually not bad. I don't consider this a loss, because if you put your sentiment in the center there, you can still use this background. So to me, I'm okay with this, because no one's ever going to know. Once I cut this down to card front size and I put my sentiment or whatever you're going to put in there, look at that. No one's going to know. It's not foiled in the center, so I'm happy with that. I am okay with that one. All right, so we're going to do this one without the shim and see how it comes out. I think it's, again, like I said, when my plate starts to bow, there's that divot in the center, and I think that's what's not getting foiled enough. So the foil itself is really good quality foil. That would happen with any foils that I use, whether it be Gemini foils or Spellbinders or any of those. So that's okay. I just have to remember to either change my plate out or shim just the middle maybe. The hardest part is waiting for these foils, because you get spoiled with the Gemini foils because they work on a low setting. Okay, here we go. Always want to let that cool. You want to give that foil a chance to adhere to the paper. And we'll see if that little center part doesn't foil because of, again, the little divot in my foiling platform. All right, here we go. Here we go. And again, we used no shim on this one. Exact same results. Little hole in the middle there. And again, if you look at where my plate was, it's right about there. Right in the center of my plate. So nothing to do with the foil itself. It's my machine that did that. But again, if you're going to put something in the center there, no one's going to know that that missed. So overall, I'm still very pleased with these foils. I do think that they have some gorgeous colors and sparkles. There's not a lot with the hot foils. There's a lot of plain hot foils, but not too many companies that are offering this kind of design. There's a couple that are speckled with like glitter, but these are really, really good colors. Good designs, and they work really well with the Marcos paper, so definitely recommend checking them out. Again, I'll put a link down below for you. I am not affiliated with them. This is my honest opinion. I started yesterday with the smaller dies, but this just proves to me that this is a good hot foil company. Again, different from toner foiling. You're not going to use this in your Minc or your Laminator machine, but really, really good outcome on the large hot foil dies. If you have any questions, post them down below. If you're not a member of our group, it's Foiling Snobs Club. We're not snobby. We just really want our foiling to be snobby. We want it to be perfect, but you can join us on Facebook, Foiling Snob Clubs. You must agree to the rules or you will not be accepted in. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. I do a lot with stamping, foiling, and paper craft in general. You can click the little button that's going to come up in the corner here and subscribe and click the bell and you'll get notifications every time I post a new video. But thanks for watching and keep on foiling. Bye!